NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. First down, and they'll start with Algier.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
He's got his man, London, right side.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3 and out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where's the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
And this winds up a disaster nowhere near the marker. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
One play action, Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Jaquan Brisker.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Play action, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's got room.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Falcons! Tariq Cohen, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons have cut it back within a score.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
First carry now for David Montgomery.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And that is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
go on fourth down. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard fourth down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 44 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Kyle Pitts.
His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Crew able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that Blake did on the last one.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to throw, Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports. On first down, it's Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a big letdown defensively. They had him stop behind the line, but the face mask going to bail the offense out.
And the hand does not have to be up there for too long. Just a little bit of a grab is going to be enough to get the call and the 15 yards against them.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, He likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the front.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one. I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
On 4th down, Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Running left, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Troy Anderson
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
Santos' kick is up and through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, green, blue striker.
He'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Ritter's throw complete. This is London.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. 2nd and long. And this is caught at the 8. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was something, and it wasn't good. In one play, you've gone from being in the red zone to maybe out of field goal range. Totally inexcusable.
Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Fields. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Fields. Caught by Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
They snap it to Fields.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on fourth down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on fourth down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw.
That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll throw now on the final play.
They'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Now this throw caught left side. The 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago.
Chase Claypool,
85 yards.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken at the goal line.
And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
And they'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he is going to have the Bears first down, so quite a call there. They go on 4th and inches and wind up getting 5 yards.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Throw left side. Taken in by Claypool. Touchdown, Bears! Chase Claypool with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. They'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So, 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. play action. It's Fields.
And this is going to be incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons.
Drake London,
83 yards.
and the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now Arthur Smith going to tell the offense to stay put. We're going for 2. Ritter will throw for it.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Matthew Adams.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, there he goes left side. The 20. Touchdown.
Chase Claypool.
7. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play. It keeps the entire offense rested up.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And, I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All all you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Komet. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive 1st down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
The offense on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Ready. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, this game has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here we go. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Ready. On play action, they'll throw. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of this.
Touchdown, Chicago! Justin Fields, 32 yards. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Fields throwing again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons' offense at the line. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Ready. Flag 2.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. He'll look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Bears. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame. His nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Open man completes it to Claypool.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On 1st down, Fields.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Fields going to keep it once more.
Past the 20. 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Santos now to add the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Off the squib kick, he corrals it inside the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Ready?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bears, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6.
And they'll try for a better